Two close friends right now. One passed away two years ago. He drowned, and one he dropped out, and I think he's like in jail somewhere in Atlanta right now. So, and all of that is just from where I'm from right now. So it's different, man. You know, if you don't have something, I feel like if you don't have something to strive for and anything pushing you, then you're gonna eventually get down that wrong path. And you gotta have people to look at. You gotta have strong role models around you, like Coach Hunter, principals, teachers, anybody. And I think, you know, people in education are the ones that's gonna get you to the next level you need to be to. I've been playing football since I was 5 years old. We started off at Walker B. Williams Park.
Okay.
We had the little rec ball teams. I made All-Star every year with that. And middle school, I played sixth, 7th, and 8th grade. And we won one championship my 8th grade year, my last year there. And I've been playing all 4 years in high school. Football for me has been like the one thing that really has changed me as a person. Like, because in middle school, like, I got in a lot of trouble, man. I stayed, like, because the place I stay at right now, it's kind of, you know, it's kind of rough in the area that I stay in, but with football, it kept me away from all of that. I just recently reached out to, like, all of my recent coaches and just, you know, thanking them for all the time they put into me, all the hard work, you know, the morals they instilled in me. Because if it weren't for them, you know, I don't know where I'd be right now. Because, you know, it's not many people out there looking towards, willing to show you, you know, right from wrong. It's mostly people out here, you know, trying to lead you into the wrong direction, even if they're adults, you know. It's been different, man. It's been a great change culture-wise. Like, my first year, we weren't held as accountable as we are now, but now with him here, like, he stresses grades. You know, every time I go to classroom, especially in high school, you know, because he stresses the GPA. He stresses that more than anything, GPA and test scores. So when I get there, you know, anytime I even think about doing anything, you know, out of the way, I think about, man, I got my team. You know, I got my team looking up to me. And it's so crazy, like, how many of my friends I talk to, and I ask them, I'll be like, man, you know, let me see your transcript. Like, we just got our report cards back, and it has our full transcript from all the way from 9th grade. And I was like, let me see your transcript, man. I was like, you know, what your GPA is? He was like, my what? You know, and I'm like, you know, me thinking, you know, that's all my coach talk about. All he talking about is GPA. And I have friends that's seniors and juniors now that don't even, you know the importance of the GPAs. You know, he says, I asked him, what you want to do, man? I want to be a lawyer, man, but your GPA is so low, and you like, oh, I didn't even know about that, you know. So it's crazy. It's crazy what you don't experience, you know, if you don't have that person to talk about it with you. Coach Hunter, he like a dad to me, you know, so I talk to him, and it's like we kind of go back and forth, you know, what I think, what he think, but at the end of the day, you know, I have to check myself, and, you know, he only wants the best for me. So anything he telling me is always for the betterment of myself, you know. On the field, I've learned a lot about teamwork. That's a big thing that you don't really. They want you to do group work in class and stuff like that, but you really don't understand the relationship built within a team until you play a sport and you all start reaching towards that same goal. You don't really understand it, I feel like, then. And then another thing I feel like is character. That's another big thing that I faced this year. Like, I think it was one of our games, because like I said, we had kind of a rough year this year. And one of the games, we had got down like real bad. And I just got to a point where I was like, man, forget it, man. And I really wouldn't even, I knew in my heart that I wasn't trying. And then I went home and I thought about it, and I was like, darn, I really kind of gave up on my team, you know. Even if we were losing, I still shouldn't have gave up on my team. And I feel like that translates to the classroom too. Like, you know, you can get a bad grade here and there and you're not really understanding it. But it doesn't mean you have to give up, you know. I'm very dedicated with my own work in school, and I try to keep A's. It's like so much pressure on I put a lot of pressure on myself, I feel like. So sometimes I get home, you know, and I be like, man, I got this to turn in, then I got, you know, a game Friday. So sometimes I have to sit down and get in my own zone and just, you know, talk to myself and be like, you know, you know, you got all these responsibilities, but, you know, at the same time, you still got to have time for yourself. You still got to have time to, you know, chill out and free your mind, you know. I have a job, too, so that's another thing that I like. That kills my weekends, too, so, you know, it's funny to me how people have nothing to do after school and then still complain about how they don't have time to do this and do that. I want to go into education myself, and I want to be a coach, and it's because everybody that has influenced me since elementary school has been teachers or coaches. Like my fifth grade year, it was a teacher that I had. It was a male teacher. And then middle school, it was a male principal. He was a football coach also. And then now it's Coach Hunter. So everybody in education has been the person that, you know, pushed me to be better and do better. I just feel like, you know, when you have those role models that keep pulling you to the right direction, like even if you get off track, they always pull you back to the center. They always pull you back to the center.